Hey, this is Tony D. Are you struggling with your marketing campaigns? Are you tired of wasting money? There's so many opportunities out there for us to market today. I have somebody on this episode today that is going to show us a path on how to be so successful at marketing and stop wasting money. This is Tony D Talks podcast. Get ready to scale your business.
Founder of over 33 businesses. He's hired over 20,000 employees and has been a business mentor for over 20 years. Introducing Forbes best-selling author, Why Not Enterprises CEO, Tony DiSilvestro.
Hey guys, on this episode, we welcome a direct marketing and creative powerhouse, an Amazon best-selling author, and the CEO of Dynamic Marketing Consultants and PrintAVizion, the king of grabbing people by the eyeballs. Welcome, Devin Herz.
Heck yeah, I'm ready to rock, Tony. Thanks for having me on your show. It's great to be here.
Devin, I love invoking the landscape of direct marketing. What do you believe are the key strategies of business owners should focus on to effectively engage the audience?
Yeah, so there are a million different ways to go about marketing these days, and it can be very cumbersome for any business owners out there. The one main thing that I focus on is consistency. Too many business owners out there try things, they give it a few tries, maybe try it for a few weeks, it doesn't pull in the results that they want, and they quit, versus testing and measuring. So I always say be very consistent and find a plan that works best for you and stick with it. You got to give it at least 3 months to give it a good shot and see what kind of analytics you get back, and then you can always fine tune it. On top of that, you want to make sure that you're bold. You want to make sure that you stand out. You want to hit on the pain points of your clients and show and tell how you can solve those problems for your clients. You want to make sure that you talk more about them versus talking about yourself.
I love it. So tell me more about how digital marketing and how can you be innovative, because it's like we're overloaded with this stimulation, and like I always say, these kids today, they want instant gratification. So you hear a lot about, hey, how can we do it in 3 seconds? How are you capturing that in 3 seconds on a digital ad versus a print ad?
Yeah, well, I would say that there's no silver bullet out there, and we're all about what we call an omnichannel approach. You definitely need to make sure that you're hitting your audience from multiple angles. You're not saying, what you do. You really want to make sure that you have effective platforms. You don't need to be the best at everything. Everyone's like, oh, I got to be the best at TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all at the same time. You want to make sure that you pick the avenues where your avatar of your clients are most likely to pay attention to what you have to say. Look at where your followers are. Look where you're getting the most reactions and where your demographic is going to be residing and spending their most time. Perfect 1 or 2 of these areas first, and then you can continue to expand from there. The main thing I would say is that you want to hit them in different ways. So if we're talking to someone via LinkedIn, the other way to hit them is through an email marketing campaign, or even taking a step to send something out that's tangible to them. So many people forgot the art of direct mail and direct marketing, and they're sticking with social media because it's all the hot stuff going on. That something tangible on top of what you're doing with your digital marketing can make the difference of making a sale, keeping a client coming back, upselling, really, you name it. You basically want to hit them from multiple angles. And with the abilities of pixeling people and being able to retarget people, it can make it that much easier for you to automate some of those activities along with a good solid CRM where you can set up different automations. And that way you can have things going on even without your controls.
You said a couple of things. It's kind of funny. I went to a seminar in New York City about 15 years ago, and it was all these digital marketing people, and they're like, oh, print ad and all this paper marketing is going to go away. They will be gone. It's gone forever. And I was dying, right? So, and today, looking back, and you're absolutely right. There's not one medium that has worked in any of my businesses. I have to do a little bit of everything. But you said a couple of clear things here I want you to tell the guests a little bit about. You said customer avatar. And Devin, you know me well enough to say, I'm all about that customer avatar. How important is the customer avatar, and how many clients that you work with don't even know their customer avatar?
Yeah, that's an important one, right? We need to know who we're talking to so we can cater that message and the graphics and the imagery to them. It's not just about the demographic, it's about the psychographics, what kind of cars do they drive and what kind of developments, what are their hobbies, finding out all those things and really looking at the current clients that you serve right now, going at that 80-20 rule of that majority of your business is going to come from clients that you're already serving. And then we can create lookalike audiences. We can create things online that find people that are similar to your existing clients that are bringing in the revenue. From there, you can create campaigns that are speaking one-to-one to them. So with organic social media, it's very impersonal. When you direct message someone, when you send out a piece of mail, or pick up that thing that we used to call a phone, now it's a camera and does all a bunch of other shit. We want to make sure that we're picking up that phone when we're doing B2B stuff. You have the ability to call these people. So just don't sit back and relax and think that digital marketing is going to get it done for me. It's those combination of things to help you be disruptive, and a great way to just make sure that you use the tools that are available to you to determine who those avatars are that you want to go after. And you may have a couple of them. And that's somewhere where you can segment your audience and talk to them differently. So let's just say you're going after a commercial business. You're going to talk differently to them versus going after residential business. So segmenting your list within your CRM, segmenting your audience when you're doing ads, all those things are going to really help you get a better result from what you're putting out there.
I want to really, real quick, just tell everybody what a CRM, just in case they don't know what that is.
So yeah, client relationship management tool. So we have our own tool that we use for our clients, and it just allows you to do so many different things that you used to have to do manually. Let's just say you get done a podcast like this and you want to send out a little thank you. You literally can go into your CRM and tag podcast complete or set it to a sequence, and all of a sudden a nice thank you message goes out. Or if Tony, if you want to send me a gift, you can even automate a gift that physically goes out to people. So CRM allows you to keep track of your clients, your prospects, your opportunities. It allows you to see exactly what you have in your pipeline. And then on top of that, it keeps that constant communication going. And we're not just relying on email conversations anymore. We're working with what's in people's pocket, which is their cell phone. So being able to text message people, to be able to communicate with them on an ongoing basis, and set in automation through the CRM tool to where maybe a prospect logs in, opts in for something free on your website. They get that resource right away. 3 days later, they get a beautiful case study or testimonials of clients that you served. Then 3 days later, they get another email. So it's all about those sequences, keeping track, being able to automate things both internally and externally with your communications.
So a funny thing, when I'm mentoring businesses, one of the main excuses I get is I can't afford to market. What would you say to me if I told you that?
I would say get out of business. We're
I
in.
say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, there's definitely some businesses out there, and I see it a lot in the service business, especially locally. If you do a good job, you don't necessarily have to spend tons of money on marketing. If you give people a remarkable experience and you have those tools in place to where you can spawn referrals by word of mouth, and you have different review modules in place to where you're getting online reviews, then yeah, I mean, I think the ultimate goal for every business is to spend less on their marketing because things are working more organically, right? That's what we're all striving for. But at the same time, even with the clients that you serve, spend money to nurture them because you're going to get more out of them. Spend money to hit them up for referrals and reviews. Those are the areas that you'd spend money. So I definitely would say figure out what works for you. You don't need to spend tons and tons of money, but make sure that you have a marketing budget that you can feel comfortable with on a monthly basis. And that way you know what you can spend and allocate monthly to generate new business or just keep your current clients happy.
Yeah, a lot of what you're saying, right? I call them external, internal customers. And you said a beautiful thing because I'm an experience creator and that's what I coach and teach. But too often we don't think about the customers that we already have. We don't market to the internal customer, right? And a lot of times it's low hanging fruit because frequency is something that really if you can drive more frequency to your businesses, it's easy. It's a lot less expensive. New customer acquisition is really difficult. What has been the best tools, especially during COVID, Devin, that you have found that have really worked during COVID? Because, the mentality of people has really changed. A lot of people are at home. They're on their computers more frequently. The cell phone usage is up, everything. So has that given you an advantage as a marketing company? Has that given you an advantage or a disadvantage that people are actually home more?
For us, it was an advantage because one of the tools that we use, and with people not being able to meet people face to face, and I would say with a lot of people now used to that method of communication, you're seeing less in person meetings. So, how do you show up in a meeting but not be there other than something like Zoom, right? So, we're
Right.
integrating a technology called PrintAVizion, and that is simply where we have video screens embedded into our printed items. So that blew up for us during COVID because people couldn't meet face to face, and it's still going very well today. So something like this here is a video book, and this is for financial planners. So they're not going out, they're not meeting, they're not throwing the events like they used to. So here's a video book that has a testimonial from his clients in here, and then he goes in and has some personal information from the actual financial planner to build that authority, give some kind of good, solid results information. So this has been a home run in a lot of our direct marketing campaigns. It's so freaking hard to get on people's radars these days. So you want to do
Sure.
something that's disruptive and kick something off. If you're doing a targeted prospecting campaign, do something that's memorable. Do something that they're going to get in their mail and go, what the F is this? What am I looking at? Why, what do I got going on here? So you stay on top of their mind. They're showing that around to other people. And when you pick up that phone to call them, they're going to remember who you are. So making sure that you do something up front is the way that we like to do it, is make a big impact up front. Then your subsequent mailers after that, your subsequent online marketing, you can tone that back a little bit. And that's a good way to really kick things off and get noticed and really create a memorable experience for whoever's looking at your work.
Awesome. Can you tell me, like, so disrupting the marketplace, like I'm a crazy, my daughter used to call me Rectar all the time. And so what she would do is like, I always want to wreck everything. When I go into a business, I want to say, okay, what are we not doing? How can I disrupt this marketplace? How have you found, like, when you go into business, they don't like to change. They love status quo. They're afraid to get out of the box. How do you disrupt the marketplace? Like, say I'm in my construction business, right? How would you disrupt the marketplace for me and your marketing, even with the PrintAVizion piece? Like, you give me some different ideas when I look at that PrintAVizion piece. I'm building high end custom homes. How do I get
Right.
that into the right hands and disrupt the marketplace?
Mhm. Yeah. So if you're just talking about what you do and they're not seeing visuals or they're not seeing proof of concept, that's a big thing, right? If people see what you're building, I mean, you're building extremely amazing homes and residences. But if it's just you saying, hey, I build these great concrete houses and this and that, I don't really get it. So with the power of video, whether it's in something like the video brochure, video books that I just showed you, or online, and you can send it out, and you have a powerful video that really sums up what you do, the benefits of working with you, the differences of you versus your competition. And then on top of that, if you can get case studies and testimonials from your clients, so you're not talking how great you are about yourself and
Right.
having those case studies and testimonials praising you, that person that's viewing that is going to, it's just going to break down the walls. It's going to make them feel much more comfortable. Hey, here's someone just like me. They're building a house. They decided, well, should I go with these ICF homes? Should I go with a regular home build? And if you're showing why they should go with your type and your style of building and what the benefits are, and then you have your clients saying that, that itself is just powerful as could be.
So do me a favor, Devin. Tell us a story of how you've truly impacted one of your clients and increased
Yeah.
revenue, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50%. Tell us what you've done and give the audience something to really wrap their hands around.
Yeah, I would say that we've had some great results, and with our approach, it is about that consistency. And I know for me, there's been many things that I bought into in the past that I'm expecting overnight success. Hey, it could happen, but ultimately, it is that consistency. So one story that I can tell you. That we're seeing great success. We'll take an HVAC company that actually is a manufacturer of clean air products. So they have all these HVAC companies around that just go in and do the normal servicing of their air condition. So they've armed all of their techs with video books that talk about their air quality control systems, that talk about their monthly programs. So we were saying back when we were doing some of our campaigns that sweaty techs can sell, right? You got a sweaty guy coming in to fix your AC. He's not a good salesman, and some of them can be. But if you put a video book in their hand, and let's just say he's servicing Mrs. Smith's house, Mrs. Smith, while I go ahead and take a look at your AC, take a look at this video book while I'm doing that. They open up that video book and boom, basically it explains the powers of having air quality control. So this is actually the book that I'm talking about right here. So the text would go in, leave this behind, and it would explain all the ins and outs of why you should have an AQ or air quality control system in your house. So by doing that, they've increased their sales ridiculous. I mean, the numbers are insane. And I think they've probably ordered close to 5,000 units already because they have so many HVAC companies that are actually reaching out to them saying, hey, get me those video books. It's helping us increase our sales and our revenues. So if a typical service is $149, they're now potentially able to turn that into a $5,000 and up type of air quality control sale.
So what is the cost per acquisition? So tell me, like, what does this cost? You know, because I want the people on this podcast to understand what they're actually like. If you're just listening to this is a video book that you send to a client, but what does it typically cost to produce that?
Yeah. So in the HVAC world, what's great about that is that they're reusing them, right? They're not necessarily leaving it there. So they'll take it from that appointment, they'll leave, bring it to another appointment. So I'm seeing that being used in a sense for service, plumbers, HVAC, even realtors that are sending it out prior to a listing agreement. It has a little note. When I'm there to take a look at your house, I'll pick it back up. To answer your question, we have everything from a small business card size to, this is one for a plumber right here. So that's a business card size right there. That's awesome. That we use for a plumber. Yeah, so this is great, and it tells their story. It brings little heartstrings and all that. So you can talk about something that's $20 a piece to $50. We've done crazy video boxes with actual brother printers with their actual printer in the box, shock and awe boxes. Wow. So it can range from $20 to hundreds of dollars. We're here to really guide our clients to make sure they're focusing on their ROI and what the best solution is for them. And it sounds like a lot, but I guarantee if you look at what some of these people are paying Google for pay-per-click and they have no clue who the heck's clicking on their ads, those could be $30, $50. Personal injury lawyers pay $50, $100 per click and have no clue who is actually on there. So being able to target your audience directly, put something in their hands, and then follow up with that digital approach, man, it's just priceless.
I love the storytelling aspect of it, though, right? So it's so hard. It's one thing to get a print piece into somebody's thing, but it's very hard to tell your story. But where that video works, unbelievable. And if you look at like an HVAC, I mean, his average sales probably $10,000. So for them to spend $50 to $100 on this book is nothing if they're getting those clients. Yeah. So realistically, it's nice that you have so many different aspects of it. If I can do that little business card, that plumber, if he's just a service guy and wants to flip out toilets or fix faucets, he can use that smaller piece. I love that. It's brilliant. I really love it. I'd love to I have multiple businesses, as you know, Devin. My brain's like running wild right now. I'm saying, how can I use this into my businesses? So I'm a storyteller and I'm all about experience creation, but businesses struggle so much with telling that story. So I love what you're doing.
Yeah, it instantly creates a different rapport. As soon as you hand something that's different, it's just not the status quo 3-panel brochure that a lot of people hand out. It just makes that impact. And I think that first impact and first impression is so important. It shows that you take pride in your business. You're spending money on your business. So people respect that. And the chances are that you're going to win that over your competition. And it doesn't stop there. I mean, that's one great thing. And it's really, in my mind, as close to the silver bullet on marketing when you're talking about prospecting and increasing sales. But how is your video laid out? What's the strategy behind it? What's the outcome that you want? So you want to consider all these variables while you're creating a campaign like this. And that's really how we help our clients. It's not just, we're not product pushers. There's plenty of people out there that can sell you a widget. We focus on what is the end result that you want? What is it that we're trying to accomplish? And let's set this up the best way possible to get you to that result.
Let me ask you a question. So now you give me these books, and now I have to find a video photographer. I have to shoot all this video. And do you edit it? How does all that work? Like, is this a daunting process for me?
It can be if you try to take it on yourself, and we see a lot of people do that. Try to do things themselves. Obviously, we have companies that we work with that have great digital marketers and marketing people in house. But for those of you that don't or don't want to have to deal with it or have the time to deal with it, that's really where the agency side of our business comes in with dynamic marketing consultants. Everything that we do is about disruptive marketing, and we are here to help. And the way that we built our team, which we have an awesome team, we've got some amazing designers. We got Joe Rowe out of Virginia Beach, your hometown, Igor, Crystal Reed, our project manager. We have a team. It's not just one consultant that say, here's a bunch of ideas, good luck, go implement. It's more of taking the ideas and making them come to fruition, and then making sure that our clients implement what we're coming up with to get the best results. So long story short is we're here to help as much as a client needs or as little. If you got your video taken care of, your design, cool. We can go ahead and get that taken care of. If you come to us and you're looking to do a full-fledged omni-channel campaign, one, we're going to look at the foundation. Are you ready to do a campaign? Is your website up to snuff? Is your social media up to par? Making sure that everything on your foundation is built for success first before you start spending any money on marketing.
Right.
So you want to start there, make sure you look good before you pull people into the fold. And then that's where you want to make sure that you're hitting them with the best experience possible. And you're all about experience creation. That's what you want to do.
So you would come into my town and shoot that video for me, and then send that video back to you, and you'd fully produce the whole program. Because that, as entrepreneurs, we're so busy, and I love that solution.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, budgets are important, and we're aware of that, and we want to make sure that our clients aren't overspending. So, hey, if there's someone there locally that we can work with that can go out and shoot content, so you're not having to pay our travel expenses, great. If you want our team there, we can definitely travel to you and handle it from start to finish. But ultimately, we get that footage, we let our creative team go at it, create that direct marketing message in the video, to create a nice video that you can not only use on a video book, but you're using it on YouTube, your website, chopping it up into small reels so you have social media segments. We try to do as much as possible when we're on a video shoot to get you as much content as possible, so that way you're able to reuse, repurpose, and really get it out there to hit the masses.
I love the thought, just thinking that cost-effective thought process that you have. Devin Herz, the ultimate disruptor in the marketing industry, guys. How can people get a hold of you, Devin?
Yeah, so you can feel free to email me on my personal email. It's Devin, DEVIN, at yourdmc.com. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, all the main channels there. It's Devin Herz DMC is my handle on Instagram. And feel free to check us out online. Just type my name in and you'll find plenty of videos and articles, our web show. But yeah, we're here to help business owners thrive. Feel free to reach out to me and schedule a time to talk about your business.
Awesome. Thanks again, Devin. And I appreciate all the listeners tuning in. Please be sure to like and to follow for more episodes coming your way, here to improve your business and your industry. This is Tony D signing off.